Hello and good morning. Gary Champion once again, psychic medium. Just in case there's another Gary Champion other than me. Couple of little bookkeeping things. One, I want to thank those who went to my website and purchased a ring. I appreciate it. I take a lot of time to make those, and I hope they do you well. Number two, I don't know what this means, but I'm going to throw it out there and hope she doesn't hear it. I was standing around yesterday and someone said Rosie O'Donnell real loud. I don't know Rosie O'Donnell. But she had a television show. Friend of Madonna, ran into all kinds of problems. I think she has mental issues of some kind, as if we don't all have some kind of mental issue. And she has a heart condition, I believe. So I don't know what any of that means, but there it is. The video for today is about differentness. We're all different, even though we try hard to blend in. When I was a kid, there was a guy that lived across the street from me, and he wasn't one I liked. I'm not going to say his name. He may still be alive. Probably is. And when the Beatles hit the United States, 64, I guess it was maybe 66, he began affecting Ringo Starr's accent. I don't know. I can't do a Ringo Starr accent, but it made him popular. He felt that his persona was so terrible that he had to pretend to be Ringo Starr. Now, when it got past that, there was no more. I mean, he didn't play the drums. He didn't live in Liverpool. He didn't tour the world with a four-piece band. He didn't do any of those things. He just pretended to be him through his voice, and people recognized him right away because Ringo was very popular. That's kind of phony. We all add things to our persona to make us more interesting. John Wayne movie come out when I was a kid, and everybody would start talking like that and walking like John Wayne. Because we wanted to be these people, they're larger than life. And the truth be known, had we known John Wayne, we'd know he had all kinds of issues, all kinds of problems that we couldn't imagine. But we steal from people and tack it onto our persona in order to be more liked. I don't even think that's proper English. That's what I'm getting. And yet we're all different. You don't need to tack something on to or put a layer of someone else's personality. We didn't do it of terrible people. No one was pretending to be Idi Amin, everybody, or Hitler. Everybody was pretending to be someone that everybody liked. Ringo was universally liked. I don't know, it didn't last very long. And I don't know if he moved on to do something else like that. And he was a sneaky little guy. He was always trying to find something to blackmail you with. So he really wasn't a likable guy. And adding this Ringo lasted for a few weeks. Then people got tired of it because they knew he was a little crap guy anyway. And he'd been better off just being different. I think he isn't that way today. That's what I'm feeling, that he's changed. Since we're all different, if you're on a journey, you don't want to know about that guy. You want to know about this guy. So I'm suggesting that we all find ourselves through our uniqueness. Whatever makes you unique, that's what you need to explore. And most of these journeys that are worth doing are inward journeys. It means you're self-discovering, you're meditating, you're trying to discover what this guy is about. It's easy for me to say I didn't have that problem when I was 6. I knew what I was. No hiding it. I didn't revel in it until much later. You get to a point of not caring about what other people think of you, and then you sort of come into your own. Up until that moment, it's all fake. You want to join the country club and do this and do that, you have to often just pretend to be somebody else or someone that everyone will like, where you can get invited to these things. If you showed up as yourself, you wouldn't fit in. So, in effect, if you go to the country club, almost everyone there is not country club people. They're pretending to be. The true country club people are over in the corner with other true country club people talking. They're not talking to you. You're a new convert. They need your money to keep the country club going. But you don't fit in, and they know it. They can feel that you're different, that you're not one of them. So what good is pretending, getting you false friends? It's a waste of time. You'd be better off pursuing something else, whatever interests you. The thing about introspection and the internal pathway, journey, search for whoever you are, your uniqueness, whatever you find, you've got to be at peace with it. Doesn't matter if you like it or are happy with it, because so many people have avoided their whole lives knowing who they are. They're pretending to be something that somebody else wants to fit in. And it doesn't work because they sense that you're not one of them anyway. Poser, that's the word I'm hearing from the other side. You're posing as a whatever you are. If you desire to be in the people who live on a certain part of town, you may work 3 jobs in order to get a place there. Doesn't mean you belong there. People that belong there wrote a check for their house. You're making high payments that you can't afford in order to be like them. And it's phony. And you know it's phony. I'm not telling you anything new, just maybe you haven't thought about it. What are you doing where you're at? It was very popular in the 60s and 70s and 80s to be rich and drive a sports car. And even if it was a second-hand or third-hand used dinged up sports car, it was still a sports car. You were in the sports car club. You could meet on weekends and drive them out to the lake and have a picnic and be with the in crowd. It's actually a song called I'm In With the In Crowd. Go where the in crowd goes, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the song. That doesn't make you one of them. Even if you paid cash for your car, they're probably 5th generation rich and you may have just acquired money. Doesn't make you them. To aspire to be someone doesn't make you them. Trying hard, doing Ringo's accent, it's temporary crap. People eventually see through it. They see the holes in your socks. They see the frayed elbows on your sports jacket. Never owned a sports jacket. I got a black and a brown jacket, that sort of sports jacket that I bought to do shows with. I'd wear one day on the weekend, on a Saturday for the show doing my class, and the other would be for Sunday. And since I'm not doing shows, they're hanging in the closet. They've only been worn a few times, but it's not my cup of tea. I was doing it for the audience to make my appearance better. And as it turns out, they don't care. they could care less. They came to learn something. They came to the class, considering doing some one-man shows when this COVID is over, renting a theater and selling tickets and reading people from the stage, which I've done for forever, since 2003. Now that is me. Will I dress up? Probably have some nice shoes. Same shirt, same pants. Why? Because people don't come for that, and it's more genuine than I would be more comfortable. So when you find yourself through your uniqueness and are at peace with what you find, you've arrived. You're there. There isn't anything else you can learn. No one can teach you anything of any value. You're comfortable in your own skin. You're where you want to be. You like who you are. Most people do. But there are a lot of people who drive the sports car, wear the tweed coat, go to parties, try and get a wrangle and an invitation, even though you don't belong there. Interesting thing is, I used to get invited to parties because at some point I was going to say something crazy, and I wouldn't remember having said it. But that's why That's why I was there. I thought it was because I was a member of the in crowd. No, no, no. I was there for entertainment purposes. When I figured out what was going on, I never went to another one. But at one point, I was going to say something pretty outrageous about someone at the table and not remember having said it. These are phony friends. They're not real. They're using you for something to satisfy their own boredom, really. They're just bored. They're looking for, it's like a cat that plays with a mouse. He doesn't want to kill a mouse. He wants to play with a mouse. Cat that comes up and kills a mouse is just hungry. But generally, you see a cat with a mouse, he's just playing with him. He wants the entertainment. He likes the excitement. So we're all different. No two people are the same. Whatever, DNA, fingerprints, what's in here. We're all raised different. We all have different thoughts because our neural nets are different. No two of those are the same. You can't be exactly like anybody else, and no spirit is like any other spirit. Every spirit is unique unto itself. Why not adopt that? Understand that your spirit's not like any other spirit and do that. Find yourself through your uniqueness. Then be at peace with what you find. It's an interesting journey. And I say probably most people go through it at some point. Earlier rather than later is my idea. Find out who you are, go down that path, revel in who you are, and use that to make your way in the world. You don't have to leap tall buildings in a single bound or catch a bullet in your teeth. You just need to be you. And in being you, people feel that you're comfortable with who you are, which is very attractive. So, pretending to be someone pretense is, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's pretense. I've known some actors in my time, and they act on the stage. They're somebody completely different. As soon as they come off, they revert back to who they were. Occasionally, you'll see a little business with a pipe or something that sort of is a character, but generally they're pretty genuine about who they are and comfortable in their skin if they can be. That's all I'm saying. If you're comfortable with who you are, then you have used your uniqueness to make a living in the world. and to pass through it and meet people. And often, girls and boys, they go on these dating things and they get a date with someone who's pretending to be someone they're not. You may be even dating them for 6 months. You may marry them, and then discover a few months down the road that it's all been an act, that they're really just horrible people. And that's why they pretend to be somebody else, because they know they wouldn't have a chance with you as they really are. And then you walk away from them or run. I don't know what that guy, why didn't he just come out and say who, well, doesn't have a chance with anybody. This is a guy that's never had a date that he didn't have to lie about. This is a woman who's pretending to be a wonderful woman to get a date, because no one would go out with her as she really is. Gold digging, backstabbing person. So we deceive each other in a way that's not healthy. You start off right when you do that. There's a radio station around here. Can't think of what it is, but I have little trips that I make periodically, and I've discovered it. And my wife has discovered it without me knowing it. Well, the other day I was driving someplace, and I heard this dating channel. They're talking about why it didn't work out, and a lot of it is kind of what I'm talking about. And I get home, and we've eaten supper, and we're sitting around, and she mentions the channel, so she's found the same channel. We both find it amusing that so much pretense goes on, and it's a thing where you have a date, and then the radio guy gets you two back together online to find out why you didn't have a second date. I don't think it's a unique program, but it may be. And this guy openly admitted on the radio, with probably 6 million people listening, that he was in on it for the sex. Ooh, shocking. The girl didn't know it. She said all he got was a ham sandwich. He said he got what he wanted. Who's the liar here? Still lying. Somebody. I get to know somebody before you invest everything in them. Kind of hard to do today. You're quarantined. Well, some of you are. And you don't have time. If you're not quarantined, you're working so hard, you don't have time to develop a relationship, which is why yours is crap. Ooh, I think I've drifted into another video. I'm in another movie. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.